Interior Abe's office day. Cora bursts into Abe's office. Abe is sitting calmly behind his desk. He seems unperturbed by the dramatic entrance.
May I help you, Cora?
She glowers at him.
Why?
Why, what?
You know exactly what.
Can you not accept the wisdom of my decision? Have you questioned yourself before questioning me?
I have been in this department for years now, reporting directly to you, Mr. CGO, for 18 months. I show up early, I stay late, I fight tooth and nail to make sure it's thunder and lightning every time you reveal yourself to a human because it's more dramatic in the rain.
She angrily uses air quotes.
Even in California, a drought zone. Do you know how hard it is to clear that with the Department of Retribution, Natural Disaster Division? Do you?
Cora, relax. There's always next year.
But I'm ready now.
You're not. You're young, naive, reckless. You're argumentative.
You're wrong about me.
I tell you you're argumentative, and you think arguing with me will change my mind?
Cora says nothing. She sits down in the guest chair and folds her arms and legs. Abe stares at her.
What are you doing?
Waiting respectfully for you to change your mind, sir.
Cute. This conversation is over.
What conversation? You have conversations with the Jehovah's longer than this.
Enough! Do you want to know why you weren't chosen? Do you really want to know?
Yes, I do.
Because you haven't lived.
Abe has dropped the hammer. It hits Cora hard.
You left Earth when you were 3 years old. You grew up in this perfect place. 75 and sunny every bloody day. You're happy all the time. On Earth, they take pills for that.
He steps closer, emphasizing his next point.
You know nothing of the human condition, of loss, of pain, of broken hearts and forgotten dreams.
Cora is furious.
Of loss? I lost everything.
What you need is more experience. I'm transferring you to the divorce department.
Divorce department? No! You can't do that.
Take it up with Angel Resources.
Interior police station night. Classic shot of cell bars swinging shut. Cora, now back in her normal clothes, is locked up. A fat sheriff stands there.
No ID, no wallet, no insurance, no emergency contact. You on the run from the law or something, Missy?
No, sir.
Where are you from? Atlantis?
Cora doesn't answer. The sheriff walks away grumbling, and the next holding cell, the voice of Brody, 24, calls out.
Dude, Uncle Mick, come on, I'm missing our Christmas party.
The sheriff ignores him.
It's been like 3 hours, man.
Ignored.
Mr. Sheriff Turner, dude, sir.
The sheriff walks over. We see Brody. Classic ski bum.
What now, Brody? Jesus.
Uncle Mick, I've been in here for like 6 hours. I didn't even do anything.
You didn't do anything.
He picks up an old laptop off a desk and holds it up to Brody's cell. He clicks play on a video. It's grainy mall security camera footage of a skier, full ski poles, helmet and goggles, skiing down an up escalator. Long hair flows from under the helmet.
That doesn't even look like me.
The sheriff turns to walk away.
Come on, this must be a violation of my freedom of rights or something.
The sheriff sighs.
If I catch you messing around on those skis again, I swear to God, I'll call your mother.
You wouldn't.
The sheriff raises an eyebrow as if to say, try me.
No, sir. Wouldn't happen again. I promise.
Let me fill out the paperwork.
He walks away.
Hey, Atlantis. What are you in for?
Before Cora can answer, the sheriff does.
She went scuba diving in Blackfoot Fountain and put her head through a patrol car window.
Sick.
The sheriff walks back over.
All right, kid.
He unlocks the door. Brody holds out a fist to bump. The sheriff ignores it. Brody steps out of the cell. He smiles over at Cora. She's surprised. He's a good-looking guy.
As for you, Missy, I've considered your options. We're not going to press charges. Holiday spirit and all of that. We just want you to pay for the window. So if you got $100, you're free to go.
I don't have any money.
Tough luck.
Bummer.
He grabs his skis, leaning against a wall.
Adios, Atlantos.
Cora sadly raises a hand goodbye. Brody pushes the door open. Then he stops, looks back, sighs.
I'll pay the 100.
No, you don't have to.
It's chill. It's chill.
He pulls out some crumpled up bills, counts it.
Yeah, Uncle Mick, can you loan me like $93?
Interior Brody's car, night. Cora and Brody sit in his beat up SUV. He parks in the driveway of the house.
Where are you really from, Atlantis?
Long ways from here.
She smiles.
What about you?
You know Lisbon?
Yes.
Well, I grew up on Lisbon Drive, about 3 blocks down the way, across from the KFC.
He grins at her reaction.
Hey, I could never leave Montana. The mountains are too big and beautiful here.
Yeah, but the escalators are too small.
Brody smiles.
Hey, check this out.
He flips down the sun visor of the SUV. There's a small photograph printed out and taped to it.
What's this?
The central mid-level escalator in Hong Kong. Longest escalator system in the world, 1/2 mile of pure adrenaline.
Carefully hands her the grainy printed photo.
It's incredible. Have you been?
Nah, I've never even left the state before, but if I did, this is where I'd go.
He smiles lovingly at the photo.
Hey, listen, we're leaving for a weekender down by Big Sky tomorrow morning. You want to come?
Really?
If you want to, yeah, no pressure.
Cora hesitates.
I can't. I have a job to do, something I can't bail on.
I understand. But what's the job?
It's kind of a long story.
Brody mimes checking his watch.
I'm on a pretty tight schedule.
Cora smiles.
There's this incredible couple, but they got divorced, and it's up to me to get them back together.
Are you like a relationship coach?
No, nothing like that. It's just my whole existence. There was just something missing, but I've always been happy. Things were always good, so I never really took any risks. Never did anything that people didn't expect of me. But when I heard Shane and Isabel's story, I just had this feeling like I was ready to risk it all. Like I would go to hell and back for them. Does that make any sense?
Brody looks at her. How can he possibly tell her that at this very moment he would go to hell and back for her? Pow! Brody's windshield is hit with a snowball. Frog is standing in front of the house, laughing with 2 other ski bums. Brody hops out of the car and scoops up some snow.
You kook! Get over here, jabroni!
Cora watches the guys have a snowball fight. Interior Brody's room day. Morning light streams into Brody's room. Cora's eyes open. She's lying on Brody's bed. She looks to the couch and sees that it's been slept on but is currently empty. Cora takes in her surroundings, various ski trophies, not displayed but tossed into corners of the room. Unframed movie posters, Endless Summer, Point Break, Die Hard. She hears rowdy voices coming from the living room. Interior Brody's house living room day. Cora walks into the living room. 4 guys are furiously playing Super Smash Bros. On a GameCube. Brody, Frog, their friend Kellen, and Alan.
Yes, suck it, Ganondorf.
Your mother's a whore.
Alan!
Not now.
Brody glances over as he plays.
Morning, Atlantis. This old dude was looking for someone named Cora. Is that you?
Victory.
Frog slams his controller, laughing. Brody turns to Cora.
So you know this mutant? Or should we toss him out?
No, it's okay. This is my cousin. Yes, he's helping me out.
Alan looks over at Cora.
I came from the police station. You owe me $93.
Frog stands up.
Come on, fellas, we better get my van packed up if we want to be on the slopes by noon. And we still have to pick up Hibbs and Kenzie.
Wait!
Everyone looks at her. She pulls out the photo of Shane and Isabel. It scotch tapes back together.
We're looking for Shane Dooling and Isabel Flores. Do any of you know them?
Dueling?
Brody and Frog look at each other. Brody takes the photo from Cora.
No way. It's Mr. Dooling. He was our 2nd grade teacher?
No
Let
way.
me see.
They crowd around the photo.
Second grade?
Yeah, he looks good here. Younger than we had him.
Younger.
Brody nods. Cora is completely baffled.
Alan, may I speak with you in private?
Exterior Brody's house day. Cora and Alan are in the front of the house.
Alan, none of this makes sense. Okay, these guys must have been in second grade like 13 years ago.
And they were likely held back a few times.
You don't seem surprised.
Well, we're a bit behind in that department. Not our fault, of course, understaffed, divorce rates rising every year. Surely you knew that.
How far behind?
20 years or so?
20! Shane and Isabel got divorced 20 years ago?
Did you not read the date on the divorce certificate?
I just assumed.
You mean to tell me that you risked everything to come down here and reunite this couple, and you didn't even check when they got divorced?
Alan cackles with laughter.
Well then, I take it this mission of ours is not going to be quite as simple as you thought, but it will undoubtedly be more entertaining.
Cora sits down the front steps, thinking hard. Finally,
When you're soulmates, time doesn't matter. 1,000 years could go by and it wouldn't make any difference.
Alan rolls his eyes.
I saw that.
Cora stands up. She starts pacing, hyping herself up.
It doesn't matter when they got divorced. Love endures. Love outlasts time and space. Love is more powerful than death itself. Love
Is for fools, a ghastly trick of the brain meant to fetter more favorable instincts, most notably that of prudent self-preservation.
It's the first time we've seen Alan get so worked up about anything. Surprisingly, Cora smiles.
Alan, I refuse to believe a poet such as yourself truly believes that.
Alan's surprise is interrupted as the door opens and the guys troop out towards Frog's van, carrying their skis. Cora watches as Brody helps load up the van and gives Frog their special handshake. Frog starts the van. Brody walks back over to Cora and Alan, holding his skis.
Ready to go?
I can't go to Big Sky.
No big sky? No. I'm going to introduce you to Mr. Doolin.
Cora smiles.
How was recess, gang?
Great. Sister Judy shot a pedophile.
The class all start excitedly talking over each other. Brody mutters to Cora.
Should we go check on your cousin?
Nah, it's okay. He's already dead.
Brody looks weirded out.
Okay, listen up. We have 1 more hour till winter break. So, I brought in a couple of friends to help out with our holiday party. This is Miss Cora,
Cora smiles and waves.
and this is Mr. Brody.
Fired up to be back here, dudes. Mr. Dooling made me the man I am today. I remember one time back in second grade, I shit my pants during snack time. Mr. Dooling couldn't have been more chill about it. I was sitting in that exact seat.
He points at a random kid.
Thank you, Brody. We all really needed to hear that. Now, anyone would like a cup of hot chocolate?
Chairs scrape as kids make to bolt for the front of the room.
Hold it!
The boy is caught frozen on one foot. He wobbles, topples over, then sits back down.
As I was saying, if you'd like hot chocolate, we're going to form a straight line over by the wall. But if you don't introduce yourselves to Mr. Brody and Miss Cora, you won't get any, okay? So mind your manners.
Class is on pins
Oh.
and needles.
Okay, go.
They all sprint for the front of the line.
And no cutting.
Cora smiles as chattering kids introduce themselves to her and Brody. Brody serves hot chocolate. The kids move on to Cora, who drops marshmallows into each cup.
Merry Christmas, Peter. It's nice to meet you, Lucy.
A girl steps up with a shiny Star of David around her neck.
That's a pretty necklace. Was it a Christmas present?
Shane facepalms. Cora greets the girl in Hebrew.
Hag Urim Samek Mashalom Shah.
The girl looks weirded out and quickly hurries away. Cora greets the last little girl in line. She has that neglected Tiny Tim aura about her. Cora's concerned eyes follow the girl as she walks away with her hot chocolate.
All right, everyone. I think we ought to sing Mr. Brody and Miss Cora one of our Christmas carols. What are we thinking?
Rudolph!
Rudolph!
Cora barely hides her annoyance. Shane catches it.
not a Rudolph fan, Cora?
Cora is embarrassed.
Sorry, no, I didn't mean to.
No. Speak your mind. We don't all have to have the same opinion about everything.
Okay. Well, the thing is, those other reindeer are total bullies to Rudolph. And they laugh at him, they call him names, they don't include him, all because he's just a little bit different. And then Santa recruits him to lead the sleigh, and now that they need him, the other reindeer act like, oh yeah, we loved you, Rudolph, we love you. When really, they're just a bunch of jerks who don't actually care about him, and Rudolph should tell them to shove it and have fun flying through the fog right into the side of a mountain.
Silence. The class stares. Brody cringes, but Shane smiles.
Thank you for sharing.
He pulls an acoustic guitar out from behind his desk.
But in this class, we don't sing the original version of Rudolph. We sing the Jack Johnson version.
Shane strums a few notes.
I think you'll like it.
He launches into Rudolph in the style of Jack Johnson. The whole class sings along.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose.
Shane is a good singer, and the kids are clearly loving it. They reach the final lines of the song.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history.
Shane strums the guitar wildly, then takes a big dramatic pause. He looks at Cora and winks. He strums on as the entire class sings along with him on the additional lyrics.
Well, Rudolph, he didn't go for that. He said, I see through your silly games. How could you look me in the face when only yesterday you called me names?
Cora can't believe what she's hearing.
Well, all of the other reindeers, man, they sure did feel ashamed. Rudolph, you know, we're really sorry. We're really gonna try and change.
Shane and the class finish the song with gusto. Cora looks unimpressed. Brody starts clapping like a maniac.
Fuck yeah. Sorry. Now we just gotta hope she's still in love with him.
Hey! Cora and Brody look around. Alan is emerging from the woods near the school grounds, thoroughly disheveled.
The old saddle goose tried to kill me.
Oh, come on, Alan. You're already dead.
I have yucca in my buttocks.
He begins limping dramatically, pulling thorns and leaves from his clothes. Cora looks exasperated.
Are you okay, dude?
No, I am not.
Well, you did great, Alan. Thanks.
She turns to Brody.
Listen, you don't have to.
Stop. I'm coming to San Francisco.
What?
Are you sure, Brody?
I've been thinking, you don't have your ID, so you can't get on a commercial flight. But if your cousin here has cash, then I have a friend who can get you there fast without one.
No.
He smiles. Interior Hospital Children's Wing Playroom Day. Alan is sitting at a tiny table, battling the little boy in a game of Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Alan furiously hammers on his control stick. Ding! Alan's robot head pops into the air.
Shit!
The little boy starts to laugh. He stutters a bit.
You suck, old man.
I'll knock your real head off.
The boy sticks his tongue out. Alan sticks his out back. Interior Hospital, Isabel's office day. Cora sits across from Isabel.
Mr. Dooling was my second grade teacher. Now I'm a student teacher in his class.
He's a teacher? Shane.
You didn't know?
He sold insurance when we were young.
Oh, the kids all love him. He dresses up like Santa every year. He sings Christmas carols and everything.
Why exactly are you here, Cora? Shane and I haven't seen each other in 20 years, and if I may take a guess, he doesn't know you're here today?
He doesn't. I'm here on my own because
Takes a deep breath.
Shane's dying.
Interior Hospital Children's Wing Playroom Day. Alan and the 10-year-old boy sit silently next to each other in tiny chairs in a corner of the room. Above them is a sign that reads "Time Out."
What's your name, kid?
Jason.
You always been like this?
It's a neurological brain disorder.
No. I mean, how long have you been a brat?
Alan smirks. Jason smiles. It's cute.
Not as long as you have. You're a big sore loser.
You'd think at my age I'd have gotten used to losing by now.
You just have to keep playing. Maybe you'll win one.
Alan lets these words sink in. Interior Hospital, Isabel's office day. We're back on Cora and Isabel's conversation.
He started showing signs of poor health a few months ago, but he refuses to go to the doctor. It's like he doesn't care. Everybody's trying to help him, but he just won't budge. So I thought, I heard you were a doctor and you're the only one who can help him.
I'm a pediatrician. The body changes drastically as you age. Your nerves, your muscles, your bones.
Your heart.
Isabel raises her eyebrows. This kid.
Lower heart rate, thicker artery walls, higher blood pressure.
Dr. Flores, please. I don't know what happened between you and Shane. I don't know if he deserves your help, but there's a lot of little kids who need him right now. That's why I'm here.
Interior Tina's cabin bathroom day. Cora combs wet hair in the bathroom mirror. She's wearing Tina's oversized Ron Paul 2008 t-shirt. A knock on the door.
Rin!
Alan opens the door. He has his hair in a towel.
Mind if I floss?
Floss?
24 hours on Earth and I can feel my body is falling apart.
It's not so bad down here.
You saw that kid today. It's bad.
There's silence for a moment.
I'm worried about tomorrow. What if we fail?
Haven't done much failing, have you?
Cora blushes. He's right.
Cora, you ought to know I left Earth voluntarily.
What?
I was 40 years old, just as you see me now.
We see a brief flash of the year 1871, the back of a man dressed in Gothic attire, stepping calmly off an industrial bridge. He plunges downward.
But Alan, why?
A woman, of course.
He gives her a wry smile.
My only mistake was assuming there was no afterlife. I'd much prefer it that way. I didn't belong on Earth. I don't belong in heaven either. I never have.
So, where do you belong?
There's only one place left for me to go.
Alan looks towards the floor.
Alan, no!
It's not easy to get down once you've been selected to go up. Nothing so bad ever happens in Cumulus City. There's no death, no poverty, no war. I surmise that if I sneaked down to Earth and, well, wreaked a bit of havoc, they'd send me down. That's why I jumped at the chance to hitch my wagon to yours. I knew you'd be smart enough to figure a way down here, and so you did.
But you haven't done it. You're still here with me, helping me. You're not out there wreaking havoc. You're here.
For now.
Cora takes his hand.
There's still hope for you.
Cora, you're not understanding what I'm telling you.
He looks her in the eye.
On this planet, things never, ever work out the way you plan. Your mission will fail. I'm sorry.
Exterior Widow's Peak, Montana cemetery night. Shane and Isabel are deep in the cemetery.
I come here once a year, you know?
Really?
Every spring when the snow melts. I don't tell a soul. I pick fresh flowers and I come here and, well,
I hoped you put it behind you, moved on.
Isabel gives him a look that says, yeah, right.
I think about her every day. I think about things like what I would have gotten her for Christmas this year. I wonder if she'd be excited to come home and visit us for the holidays, or maybe she'd be halfway around the world on some sort of adventure.
Isabel smiles sadly, but Shane does not.
Sometimes I still wonder if she hates me for what I did.
Shane, it wasn't your fault.
I was behind the wheel.
Shane's eyes are glassy as he looks at her.
Tonight, Izzy, dancing with you. There was a brief moment where I felt like we could be a family again. That she could come back too. Like it was all just a bad dream and I'd wake up and I'd see her face again.
His eyes darkens.
She's gone forever. And I'll never forgive myself.
I've never blamed you, Shane. Never. It wasn't about that.
Isabella's tearing up.
After she died, those few months, we couldn't even look at each other without crying. On the night I left, we had no tears left to give. We were all dried up.
She pauses.
But the pain inside never goes away. You just have to learn to carry it.
Shane nods.
That's why when I heard that you were sick, that you were refusing treatment, that you were dying, I was afraid that maybe you decided you had carried it far enough.
Shane shakes his head wearily.
I did the best I could. But I'm not as strong as you, Izzy.
I'm not as strong as you think.
Shane smiles softly.
When you walked in that door tonight, I thought maybe we could start over. Leave all the pain behind.
But
And even after all this time looking in your eyes, still hurts.
Tears roll down both their cheeks.
maybe we shouldn't look then.
Exterior cemetery night. We're back on Cora kneeling in front of her headstone. A gust of wind passes by and Cora's wig slides off. She barely notices. Her eyes are full of tears. She feels nothing but an aching sense of loss, a feeling she's never felt before. A hand gently lands on Cora's shoulder. She glances up. It's Alan. She turns away and hastily wipes her tears. Alan doesn't say anything. He just keeps his hand there.
Say I told you so.
It is tempting.
All this time. I never knew where I came from. But now I know. And now I've lost them all over again.
Alan remains silent.
You were right, Alan. We shouldn't have come here.
She finally looks up at him.
Let's go home.
Again, Alan is quiet. Finally, he sits down next to her.
I'm sorry, Cora.
She doesn't say anything. Alan looks into the distance.
You know, I've been dead for a long, long time. Over 100 years. Heartbreak, pain, profound loss. I can't even remember what that feels like anymore.
It sucks ass.
Alan smiles an odd smile.
I envy you. You wanted to know what it's like to be human, correct? This, right here. This is it.
Cora shakes her head no.
When I stepped off that bridge, I wanted to escape my suffering. And I did. I escaped into 100 years of apathy. But now, I do anything to feel that same hurt again.
He grabs her by the hand, looks into her eyes.
Don't run from this pain, Cora. Feel it. You may never get the chance to love like this again.
Love?
Of course. Love, loss. One cannot exist without the other.
Cora blinks back tears.
You make that up.
Alan shrugs. Cora almost smiles through her tears. Alan gets to one knee and looks her in the eye.
You have the opportunity now to give your parents a second chance at love, at life. Will you take it?
He extends his hand. Cora hesitates, then takes it. He pulls her to her feet.
Go. Be their guardian angel.
Without another word, Cora heads into the dark. Alan smiles. Suddenly, there's a flash of light. Cora lands in the middle of the decorations, clumsily falling over and disappearing into the tree. Abe turns off the movie. He checks his watch.
Welcome back, Cora.
Cora struggles to free herself from the Christmas tree. She wipes pine needles off her robes and looks at Abe defiantly.
So, am I fired?
Fired? Of course not. You report to the Guardians Department first thing on Monday.
Sir?
Abe stands, walks over, and puts a hand on her shoulder.
Well, who do you think put that particular file on your desk?
He winks and walks away, leaving Cora dumbstruck. Exterior Divinity Core Campus Day. Title 4 months later. We're in the same spot on campus, but the Christmas decorations are all gone. Cora and Alan walk together through the bustling crowd. Cora has a big old pair of wings.
Oh, you wouldn't believe my new client. Absolute lunatic. You should have heard me trying to stop him from ruining his life. Like, don't drive. You're drunk. Don't drive. Call an Uber. Give me the keys. Call a Lyft. Boom. Totaled.
You're clearly not cut out for guardianship. Perhaps you should return to the divorce department. I've never seen someone with such a proclivity for paper shredding.
Cora rolls her eyes.
So, do you want to come down to the port with Doris and I?
Can't. Got a date, remember?
Oh, duh. Yeah, what's this? The third date? Well, you must really like this one.
She's very Annabelle Lee.
I'll see you tomorrow then. Lunch. Vishu's.
The vegan place.
But Cora has already flown off.
Show off.
Exterior Cumulus City Port Day. Cora and Doris sit on a bench at the port of Cumulus City. It looks like a normal port, but instead of docked ships being on the water, they seem to bob up and down on thin air. A large crowd is gathered by the dock, waiting for something. They're all dressed in their best attire, including Doris, who wears an old-fashioned dress. Suddenly, a giant antique ship rises up into view. Doris gasps. Cora grabs her hand and squeezes. The ship docks, a plank is laid down, and the ship's passengers begin to exit the deck. The passengers are all dressed formally, men in suits, women in dresses and gowns. A handsome young man crosses the plank. Doris spots him. She slowly rises from the bench, steps forward cautiously. The confused young man spots Doris. They lock eyes. Doris runs forward. The man runs towards her and opens his arms wide. Doris flings herself into his arms. They kiss. Cora smiles as she watches her friend. She stands up and begins to walk away. As she goes, she glances down her bracelet. She smiles.
Until we meet again.
She spreads her wings and takes off into the sky. She flies, gliding through the city, between buildings, up and up, until cut to black. The end.
Yay!
Yay.
Hey, nice job. Well done, Tom.
So good, Tom.
Great work.
You guys are incredible. I mean, thank you so much.